Hi, that's what we're doing. Yes, we're going into the next level life. I'm gonna just create this. Um, okay, which one are we gonna listen? Let's see. Deep trance. Too much trance. 144 is best. Unity. Perfect. And just a little bit less loud. Okay. Another one of those. We got it. It's beautiful. Yeah, basically, that's the structure of my work. Can do this forever, but I'm not going to. Screenshotting that and leaving that right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna continue preview of the um, balanced culture. Balanced culture is what I didn't know I was building as I was building it, because I thought I was building balanced humanity, but I was actually building balanced culture because it starts with culture. It starts with the cultural movement. It starts with literally movement, you know. And to me, movement is part of my life always. I've been a professional ballroom and Latin dancer for 10 years actually of my life. I've been dancing every single day. Yeah, every single day. And then on the weekend, we would train every single day. And then on the weekend, we would go and, compete, have competitions. And during those competitions, those are like whole day of competition Saturday, and then a whole day of competition Sunday. So forget about weekend. I never had actual weekends. Sometimes I would, but that would be like, yeah, I would. I don't know. I don't remember myself during the regular weekends. Maybe like my friend's birthday. What was that? Was it this one? Yes, it was. My friend's birthday. That would be my time out of work. Where is it? Mr. Call. Guys, I don't stop. When I work, I don't stop. I am a manifestor in human design, and that means I have a lot of energy during some times, and I have like no energy at all during other times. And what does that depend on? It depends on a variety of different factors. What's the mood I am? What are the planetary alignments? Um, what kind of work am I doing, and how exciting that work is to me personally at the present moment? And of course, of course, it depends on my relationships with other people. And if I'm excited, if I am balanced within myself and within my relationships at the present moment, usually the content that I create is inspired and beautiful and really epic as well. Because the balance starts within. It starts within, only within, never without. Okay, so now I'm set up in my physical space. And what we're gonna do now is gonna take a screenshot again and again and again, because I'm posing obviously here. For me at the present moment, every single live that I do is created with a specific intention. So here we go. We cannot hear the lives, but that's cool because you go on my Instagram and watch them if you'd like. They're all becoming NFTs in the future. And yes, I play ukulele, or at that point of you watching it, I do. At least one one way of doing it is just like doing the dring. I wish you could hear it, but thank God you can't hear it. Oh no, why are we in Paris? Accidentally ended up in Paris. Let's go further. Okay, Independence Day, 5th of July, me spending time in San Francisco at Savannah House and sharing with you authentically what is actually happening with my life in the present moment. Those lives are real, transparent ways of communicating my truth. I would go live every single day, several times a day in most cases, until I thought that was a wrong thing to do at that day. Yeah, look at me as a 5-year-old me, just like creating the best merch possible. You know what I mean? I mean, this is my mom's, but you know, I would care less about the colors of the food items staying on my garments. I would care much more about the attitude, and the attitude you've got. You know, you got the attitude. Um, yeah, this is me, and the way that I create content is very unstructured, and at the same time, it is following my greatest excitement and highest intelligence. What I mean by that is that it is very intentional for creating a balanced culture, balanced humanity. As you can see here, I'm spending some time outside on the, oh yeah, this is me, um, with the face painting for sure. I paint on myself daily. I paint myself more some days and less other days. And this is right outside the Savannah house. I mean, it's on the third floor on the balcony, and I'm just talking about how amazing it is to live in Savannah House, basically. Savannah House being the model of the community house in San Francisco. So that is urban living. They have a garden with food that they grow their own food there, and they have amazing community of people, which you can see here. These are the people, including Lucian Tarnowski, who's my deep friend and really beautiful supporter of all things impact driven. And he's a founder of a United Planet, and United Planet Games is exactly what I'm participating right now. Is I'm being part of the community cohort, and I was reporting on the first two cohorts, which were ooh, look at me, just not really caring about how flashing I am. But you know what? As a dancer, you know, you're okay showing your, you know, parts of your body, basically. This is great. I forgot that I posted this. Yeah, I'm showing you and walking you through my content because this is the ultimate curation that I've done before, and I'm proud of it. I think it's really beautiful. It's very, very non-linear, yet it is a collection of items that I love. And the second part of the United Planet. So first two cohorts are the sound for health, so about how healing properties of the sound really affect our body, and the second is food for health, how important it is to set up the right systems around food supply chains so that we can be healthier. And the community being the third aspect. Again, I was an active participant in the community one because that's what I'm building with balanced fashion, balanced culture, and balanced humanity, is talking about how community is exactly what we need to stay healthy and active and really impact driven in our life. Let's see. So this is me going live several times a day in Savannah House because remembering how potent this content is. And I talk, I communicate, I'm a philosopher, I'm a historian, I'm a deep thinker, but I'm also a performer and a journalist and a dancer, actually. So you got this. I'm also an energy worker. I work with energy. I'm a professionally trained energy healer, Reiki practitioner, body worker, and oh my god, this is intense. I don't remember that, but this is really cool. I wish I could hear the music, but you know, you can't hear it for a reason, so that's okay. This is really great. Wow, I completely forgot that part. Sometimes looking at my content is really annoying, but sometimes it's really, really powerful just to kind of get into that space and into that power. Let's see, July 10th, Quantum Communications Pitch 2020. I would love to hear it, but you gotta go on Instagram and check it out yourself, or you can buy NFT if you missed this content, because this content is going to be removed eventually. I don't want Instagram to store all of my information going forward. So as I am, recording this right now, this becomes part of the publicly shared content, but you will be able to privately, own parts of it as well if you'd like to, because this is all history in the making. And me dancing in Savannah House is in 2020 is definitely one of those unique ways of being Natalia.ai, and advantages of working with energy and manifesting really magical life. I am enjoying my life every single moment of the day. I'm a manifestor again in human design. I have no problem manifesting the life of my dreams, and I live the life of my dreams. I'm a Pisces. I'm all water and fire and some ground as well, and a lot of, I mean, I'm pretty balanced in a way that my astrology is. So I really feel very powerful and I know that I am, and I'm not hiding it. I'm not like ashamed of my power, of my way of seeing the future and creating the future as I'm watching it in my third eye and in my unconscious and subconscious mind. And I'm being very intentional with my content. Everything that I post is a message. We speak and act from the 2030s. We are led in the collective towards love. What does that mean? Well, that means that we are creating a new society and a new community where we are creating and living new life, meaning that we are living from our heart space. And I'm talking about my communications agency here from the perspective of 2030s and what that means to live in the 2030s. And if you go to Natalia.ai, if you're watching it, if I haven't removed my website, which I'm probably going to be doing at some point, then you can read about it further. Hello, Mishka. Mishka is my deep friend, Rachel's dog. Hello, Mishka. How are you doing? Yeah, so this is me back home in Manhattan, back to the Zoom calls. I would attend multiple, I mean, who wouldn't attend multiple Zoom calls during 2020? For me, it was part of the United Planet Games, Unify meetings, and all kinds of meetings that had to do with shifting our consciousness, creating new society structure, but also fashion events as well. I went live on my Balanced Fashion account and Balanced Humanity account as well, parallelly with Natalia.ai. So Balanced Humanity account has been removed by Facebook without a deep understanding of what happened. I am assuming that for somebody it wasn't convenient to receive certain information that was shared there, and that's understandable because my work is edgy, my work is beyond time. The way I work is, again, remembering the future and communicating from that perspective. I don't really care about how I'm seen by the society at the present moment. I'm very brave. I know that the work that I'm doing is going to be resonating years ahead. It's not for the present moment in most cases. When I went live, I still had a live audience most of the time, but it's not like hundreds of people, right? It's just like maximum dozen of people. But that's totally fine because I could focus on myself and my performance as opposed to focus on the audience. The reason why I posted a lot of these galleries is because I also was kind of curating those screenshots and things that I would collect as a way to memorize and remember what I was going through at that time. And also, if you track my posts with the planetary movements and with the moon, you will also see certain patterns that are reflecting the way that I communicate and show up in the world, and the world's events being unfolded. Again, from the perspective of the planetary movements and the moon moving around our planet Earth, are really guiding my work deeply. Whew. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just shut up a little bit and just look at stuff like this with you and think of what else will come up as I'm sharing this content with you. Transparent communications is the key in my work. I would show my screen sometimes and walk you through my work process of curation, just like I'm doing it now, basically. talking about my life now. It's a fun title. Usually what happens in the life. So the way that I see my work is just generally, I'm deeply seeing everyone as my reflection in life. Every single person that I meet is me in a different form. But that's the basics of spirituality and spiritual wisdom, is that everyone is you. So the way that I would go live is that I would communicate with myself fully, transparently, and I would deeply report on what is happening within me in my emotional state. And people could still join and ask me questions, but I would usually just do it for me, you know. And kind of like checking in with myself was the key in all of my lives. And it was really dynamic because my mood would go in different places. As you can see, I would do a lot of different things, and I would also narrate my experience of looking at the screen and the current cultural aspects of life, and just reporting you my deep reflection on what is happening. That's why my main account on New Life is called Reflection, is because I am set to reflect the state of humanity in the balanced state in the present moment, from my perspective, what I feel as balanced. As a very intuitive person, I feel what is balanced and what is not, and my whole body reacts to things that are fake. I mean, this feels very fake to me, but Britney is nice. I mean, nothing wrong about Britney. I just really feel what is fake and what is not. And I love dancing on the screen. Again, as a performer in the past, I love dynamic performances and being very, very, very experimental and open with the way that I create content. And reaction videos, that's one of my inspirations, is reaction videos that I see online. I used to see it's really, really powerful too. Oh, finally, I'm connecting with someone. Nature is our greatest reflection. That's so true. And this is me connecting to Floor, and she's a beautiful, beautiful friend of mine. We haven't met in person until later in the game, but definitely very powerful, very mystical friend of mine. This is me dancing on the parking lot before or after, rather, going and taking finally that walk in the nature that I needed really, really desperately. One thing about me, I am operating from my apartment in 2020 every single day. I really lacked nature and natural connection, but I was, just working a lot, and it was really important for me. This is Kelly. She's my deep friend as well in reflection in spiritual wisdom teachings. She's also a teacher for Reiki and all kinds of spiritual wisdom. And we've been doing this little performance there. Let's see. Where is it? Here. Me doing some shamanic dancing work and her playing this beautiful instrument. I wish you could hear the sound, but you're gonna just get this. This is beautiful. My favorite people. Yes. I'm not really worried about publicly sharing who are my favorite people in life, even though they might not agree with that type of exposure. Um, but sometimes that's what I do in my life, is I trigger people deeply. And making art on screen is something I love to do. I trigger people by exposing themselves earlier than they are ready to receive that kind of treatment. But at the same time, I'm risky, and yes, I have lost a lot of people in my life simply because I've been very, very playful. Yes. is another friend of mine, also deep spiritual teacher, and he's been also going live a lot, and we've met after his trip away from New York. Look, we New Yorkers, we know entertainment, we know how to create dope content, we are edgy, you don't want to compete with us. Those people who lived in New York City, we are very special beings because there's a lot of competition there, especially when it comes to career and professional growth. Best of the best people from the whole planet go there and make it happen. And yes, me expressing emotions is real. I can cry on camera. I can cry on camera and make it real because it's real. You know why I was crying? Very easy, because Marjorie didn't talk to me again. Yes, Marjorie, you're in again. What up? Yeah, like, look, when you are ignoring me or you're trying to, yes, this is blood. You're trying to postpone meetings, I'll be crying and reporting you, because this is what I do in transparent communications. When you make me cry, it's a problem. Nobody wants to make me really cry because you're going to be exposed. I don't like people not respecting the time of each other. And at the same time, I'm doing that as well. But I'm trying to be as kind and flexible as I can. And I'll be asking, hey, I'm not feeling really great right now, but I still can talk. But if you can talk tomorrow, that would be much better for me. And if it works for you tomorrow, then let's reschedule that. But we reschedule it usually for a very short, period of time, and not like for many, many days ahead. Because I realize when I ask someone to meet, I really mean it. I really need to meet that person. This is very real. Respectful, very respectful. We gotta be very respectful to each other. Oh, you know what? I realized that the music that's been playing on the background is different from the last video that I did. So I'm gonna have to adjust that. Okay. Yeah, that's why I feel the difference. Now this is only 144 megahertz frequency. I love to work with binaural beats. Binaural beats make my head and my brain be focused on a certain task better. It's kind of weird to be with no sound, and especially when you can hear the sound outside, it just becomes a completely different vibe. This is so beautiful here. This is my friend in Bali creates these from different crystals. The reason why you see a lot of screenshots, a lot of collections, is because they communicate more than obviously one photo can communicate. Many people don't understand what's going on in there, but it's not my intention to communicate clearly exactly what's going on in there. My intention is to actually shape up and experiment with different types of content and see how people react to it. People's reactions are different. My content is not so exposed as it used to anymore because of the shadow banning. Unfortunately, yes, that's how it happens when you talk about certain topics, especially on lives. You get shadow banned, or again, as Balanced Humanity account was removed because I was really edgy in my communications in terms of things that the mainstream society doesn't want to get too mainstream. Yes, I work on the edges. I make art. That's why it is easier for me to communicate through art than communicate through words sometimes, because art can communicate so much more than words in many cases. And I don't need to be shadow banned when I'm an artist, right? I don't present myself as an artist. I am presenting myself as a media person, as an entertainment person, as a communications person, as a reporter, and it's art is everything, but my art is communications. I'm still experimenting with communications, and as you can see on my lives, I am showing you a lot of my personal work. Yes, a little bit of New York for us. We see so much more alive in August than I showed you before in another video how it was in June or May 2020. I was pretty dead. This is a good one in terms of communications. This is all light language. Light language is the language of my soul connected to your soul. And when you look at this work, you understand it unconsciously and subconsciously, but your mind thinks that it's art. But actually, those are the messages to help your higher self align with yourself and connect your heart with your brain better and really dive deeper into your purpose. That's what my art does. Hello, this is beautiful Lionsgate ceremony video. Why is it August 9th? Well, because it was August 9th in Europe at this point of recording. That makes sense. Because the Lionsgate on the August 8th. It's a 8th portal. That's called Lionsgate. Okay, hello to my first reel. Reel being like basically something that you can do where you can edit short videos and make them look cool. I wish you could hear the sound, but you're not hearing the sound. Now, welcome to the live session, the sessions of my reels. And I started to do a lot of reels at the same time as a series because I was in the flow and I felt like, wow, this is a really interesting new tool for me to experiment with. And I really enjoy the fact that you could use whatever songs that you wanted to use without the video being blocked. I had several videos on here and on Facebook lives blocked by the Facebook because I was using the songs that were not allowed to be used due to copyright. Yes, we all are humans and united by the fact that not every content can be shared to our liking, even though obviously look at me making epic work happen. Again, as a dancer and performer, I like to experiment. Things that you see I would never do maybe 5 years ago, but now I feel free to do whatever the fuck I want and to create content from my heart as opposed to from my fear. Oh wow, I didn't know that this video was blocked. Oh, that's sad. That was a good one. Because I did a lot of, it was basically a workout. You see, I even changed the outfit because I was so sweaty. Well, now I know that it's blocked. Cool, okay. I'm gonna do some screen recordings of that and post these on New Life. That's what I'm gonna do. The reason why I'm doing screenshots now is because I can't explain. I'm curating my work and it's a very intuitive process. And just to remember that moment and to go back to that video at some point to be able to screen record it, delete it from the Instagram, and just be done with it. Whenever that's going to be screen recorded, it's going to be posted at some pieces and parts of it will be on New Life. And on New Life, nobody cares about your what kind of music you're using because everything is a common objective to create a new life where we no longer need to worry about copyright because it's all taken care of for us. You'll see why. New Life is also a way to earn Newcoin being the new cryptocurrency that is the hottest in town at the present moment, meaning on the whole planet Earth being the town that it is. New Life is the tool for us to be paid for our creative work without needing to basically think about that too much. It's all taken care of because it's an ecosystem for the creatives to operate seamlessly and really earn their work for their work. I don't like this post so much, but okay. Well, I don't like this part, you see? But I'm showing you what I'm deleting because this were deleted. Yeah, I'm showing you transparently what I'm doing with my content, and many people wouldn't understand it, but that's okay. Well, this one is Beautiful Life, where I'm streaming my photos from a long time ago, and also listening to the founder of New Life, co-founder of New Life, music, okay, DJing time, so which was fun always. Oh, Natasha is there, my really good friend from back in the London time. You see the Instagram screenshot back from 2012. Yeah, you got this. I'm a collector, I'm a hoarder, yes, a little bit of that. That's why I am applying to actually learn to curate, because I need to curate a little bit more. But here's my curation of favorite energy or conscious books, and I'm presenting them as if I am being a salesperson. And the art, yes. I love reels. Reels are fun. Reels are my another creative outlet that I use. This is August 2020. I went live several times a day and did reels several times a day because the Leo season means that performance is on the top priority in my life. And as I was moving out from my apartment, I needed to understand where all my stuff is going. So I had to do like a whole inventory check. And as you can see here, I'm showing you some of the things that I already packed, and the merch layouts. All of that is intentional magic work. When I lay out different kinds of things in different places intentionally, it all becomes magic making, all focused on balanced humanity and balanced culture building. Balanced fashion being this one was blocked as well. Balanced culture being the platform for curation and kind of like learning how to take care, basically, balanced fashion in a fashionable way. Fashionable meaning like actually the way that is seeding the trends that are conscious and not trends that are absolutely wasteful for our reality. You're looking at the skirt from Magdalena Sartori, who is my deep, beautiful friend and co-organizer of the Yin Institute. And she was the one also hosting swaps of clothing, and every single thing you see here is not mine. This all belongs to balanced humanity, meaning to the people. The idea behind my merch curation is that every single item is free for you to use at any moment. It's shared, but you can also, I can gift it to you. You can take it from any location that you find it, and it becomes again content opportunity. So if you take a photo of it, you basically own part of an item. By creating a photo of it, you're becoming part of the story. Now you own the NFT of it. But more about that later. I'm not going to disclose everything right now. I'm building a lot of different ways of structuring the merch. And as you can see, I love handling fashion. I love handling lifestyle items. I love crystals. I work with crystals a lot. And to me, crystals are the ultimate way to go forward with creating new technology. This is great. Those are the fabric swaps from a trade show for fabrics that I attended back in 2020. Like I knew that something's gonna happen and I needed to take those items with me for these beautiful lives. I love to go live while I bike. I think it's very edgy and I can show you the city in the most dynamic way possible. This is Brooklyn, Williamsburg. I think no, that was Manhattan. That was only Manhattan. But yeah, I would go over the bridge and stay live. It was fun. Some lives would crash. Yes, they did crash. I remember I went over the bridge, and I was like, wow, it was like one of those most epic lives in the world, and it crashed. My phone crashed or died even. So yeah, things like that happened. Finally, seeing girlfriends in New York after a while, so I went live at that point as well as a historical moment. In 2020, I went live so much that it felt like my whole life was exposed to the society. So people were kind of afraid to meet me, I think, because they knew that I would probably eventually go live and take a lot of photos. But also, those Russian friends of mine, girlfriends, they're totally fine because they're also content creators and epic stylists and people working in the art and fashion world. Okay, that's where I'm gonna take a break and go from here, because this is where I look at my collectibles, physical collectibles, and I digitalize them by marking them. Actually, first I'm just looking at them and then I'll be marking them in the next life. Let's see. This one? Yep, this is me marking things. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and the next one is coming up. How many minutes? Let's see. 34, of course. That's what you got. 34 minutes.